Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. So students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the third week of April month. The session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Also students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 AM in the morning on regular basis. These videos are very beneficial for your learning. First question is, you have to mark the correct statement regarding the fourth edition of the India Justice Report released in April. If we look at the options here, option A and C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that Kerala with a score of 6.78 has ranked first among 18 large and mid-sized Indian states for delivering justice. Is it correct? No, it is not Kerala that has secured the first position, but it is Karnataka that has secured the first position among the 18 large and mid-sized Indian states. Next, which of the following states became the first in India to implement subcategorization of scheduled caste through the Scheduled Caste Act of 2025? That means three groups were divided here for the scheduled caste: Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3. Question asked is that in which state this categorization of scheduled caste took place? It took place in Telangana, and Telangana became the first state to do this categorization of scheduled caste. Next, which country was elected to chair the Interpol's Committee on Governance in April 2025? So, which country? It is UAE, United Arab Emirates. They were elected to chair the Interpol's Committee on Governance in April 2025. Also, the committee was established in 2024 during the 92nd General Assembly of Interpol that was held in Glasgow, United Kingdom. Correct. And here UAE, it became the first country to chair this newly formed standing committee, and they will be having this position for the next 2 years. Next, name the live chat assistant that was recently introduced by Punjab National Bank during the 131st Foundation Day in New Delhi. It is Pihu, right? Pihu, this is the live chat assistant launched by Punjab National Bank, correct? And it was during her 131st Foundation Day. When was the 131st Foundation Day? It was on 12th of April. Next, which of the following international UPI transaction methods was banned by NPCI in their revised UPI framework in April 2025? So it is for the QR share and pay. What is this is that, say for example, any individual sent you the QR code using social media platforms, say WhatsApp, and this QR code is stored in your gallery, right? With the help of various platforms such as Paytm or PhonePe, you will be able to access this QR code from an option that is select from the gallery, and then you can pay. Now, what has been done is that in the domestic transaction, the limit for this has been set at 2000 rupees, that you can select the QR code from your gallery and pay. But for the international market, say for example in UAE or Singapore, this method of payment has been eliminated. Yet you won't be able to pay in such a way. Next, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the 23rd Law Commission of India, succeeding Justice Rituraj Awasthi? So Justice Dinesh Maheshwari has been appointed as the chairperson of the 23rd Law Commission of India. Very important, students. And this committee has been, this law commission, that is the 23rd Law Commission, it has been implemented for a period of 3 years starting from 1st of September 2024. Next, T. Koshi, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Dash, stepped down from the position after completing his 3-year tenure. So he was the Chief Executive Officer of ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. Next, Mohun Bagan Supergiant. This is a football club, right? And it has clinched the Indian Super League 24-25 title. Question asked is that they won by defeating whom? Which football club in the finals by 2-1? The final was held in Kolkata. So they defeated Bengaluru Football Club and Mohun Bagan Football or Super Giants Football Club. They have won this. This was the 11th edition of the India Super League title. Correct? Next, on 15th of April, which of the following methods surpassed the manual trading for the first time in cash market segment as reported by NSE, that is your National Stock Exchange? It is algorithmic trading, right? What has been done now is that the retail investor can also has been allowed to invest through this algorithmic trading. Your homework is to tell me from which date this algorithmic trading will be coming into play. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent data from the Indian pharmaceutical industry for FY24. If we look at the options, option A, B and C, all three of them are rightly mentioned. Next, name the 6th edition of India-Uzbekistan Joint Military Exercise which commenced in April 25 at the Foreign Training Node in Pune, Maharashtra. The exercise is Duslik 6. This was the 6th edition of this exercise. 13-day long exercise starting from 16 to 28th of April. Next, which country was India's largest trading partner in FY25 with bilateral trade reaching 131.84 billion according to the trade data released by Ministry of Commerce and Industry in April 2025? It is USA, United States of America, right? And China is India's second largest partner with a bilateral trade of $127.7 billion. Next is identify the organization in India that collaborated with the Federation of Italian Companies for Aerospace, Defence and Security during the visit of Secretary of the Ministry of Defence Rajesh Kumar Singh to Rome, Italy from 14th to 15th of April. It is Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers. Next, which Indian airport secured the 9th position in the passenger category in the world's busiest airport 2024 ranking released by Airports Council International World in April 2025? So which is that Indian airport? It is Indira Gandhi International Airport of New Delhi, and it ranked at the 9th position in the busiest airports globally. Jackson Atlanta Airport of United States of America secured the first position. They are handling close to 108 million passengers, or they handled 108 million passengers in 2024. Next, identify the former England cricketer who has been awarded the knighthood conferred by the British monarchy on Commonwealth nations for his service to cricket. So, Sir James Michael Anderson was honored with this knighthood award. Next, Justice Bhushan Ramkrishan Gawai, that is B.R. Gawai, will take oath as the Dash Chief Justice of India. So he will be taking oath as the 52nd Chief Justice of India. Correct? On 14th of May 2025, he will be succeeding Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna. Next, in April, who has been reappointed as the chairperson of the International Cricket Council Men's Cricket Committee, succeeding Anil Kumble. So, Saurav Ganguly, correct? He has been reappointed as the chairperson of the ICC. He will be succeeding Anil Kumble. Next, identify the company that in April 25 successfully completed the preliminary sea trials of 651 kilowatt waterjet propulsion system for the Indian Navy under Technology Development Fund scheme of DRDO. Which is it? It is L&T, Larsen and Toubro. Next, in April, Dash defeated Hikaru Nakamura to clinch the Paris Freestyle Chess Grand Slam held at the Pavilion in Paris, France. So, who? Magnus Carlsen, right? The world's #1 chess player defeated Hikaru Nakamura to win the Paris Freestyle Chess Grand Slam. Next, Abdullah bin Ahmad Bawai, correct? The former Prime Minister of which country passed away at the age of 85? So, of Malaysia. Next, identify the institution that launched the India's first ever free access seed germination database featuring techniques for numerous native plant species in April 2025. It is Ecological Restoration Alliance of India. Next, mention the fintech company that launched the UPI Circle feature in collaboration with NPCI to promote digital financial inclusion by allowing the users to delegate UPI payments authority to trusted individuals. It is PhonePe. Next, is mark the correct statement regarding the flagship initiative of Mission Amrit Sarovar under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. If we look at the options, option A, B and C, all three of them are rightly mentioned. Next is, in April, Union Minister C.R. Patil launched the digital platform. This is the platform during a review meeting of the key projects under the National Mission for Clean Ganga. This platform was developed under the Ministry of Jal Shakti and which of the following organization? It was under IB. The platform was developed under which organization? It was developed under Wildlife Institute of India, WII. Correct? And next is, the Government of India has signed the headquarter agreement with which organization and officially designating our country India as the host country for the headquarter and secretariat. So this is for IBCA, International Big Cat Alliance. This is for preserving of almost 8 big cat species, and for this India has allocated 150 crore rupees, and now India will be the host country for this IBCA for a foreseeable future. Next, in April, Prime Minister Narendra Modi awarded the GI certificates to 21 traditional products from Uttar Pradesh. Which of the following products does not belong to Uttar Pradesh? Among the following, it is gamosa that does not belong to Uttar Pradesh. It belongs to this gamosa product. It belongs to which state? This is your homework. Right, rest are the products from UP. And now UP has become the state with the maximum number of GI tags. Tamil Nadu, which was earlier the first position, now stands at the second position. Correct? Tamil Nadu is having 77 GI tags. Correct? Can you tell me UP is having how many GI tags? I correct myself. 77 is of UP. I have given the answer. Tamil Nadu is having 69. Next, name the airport that was recently inaugurated by Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis in Belora, Vidarbha region in Maharashtra, which is being operated by Alliance Air. So, name that airport. It is Amravati Airport that was inaugurated by Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Next, in April, India and 62 other countries agreed to the world's first global carbon tax to combat greenhouse gas emissions in dash industry. It will be in the shipping industry. And this new framework, it is expected to be formally adopted in October 2025, after which it will become mandatory for the large ocean going ships of more than 5,000 gross ton, which accounts for 85% of the carbon dioxide emissions from the international shipping. Next, identify the Indian banks that were featured in S&P Global Market Intelligence latest annual ranking of the world's 100 largest banks by assets released in April 2025. If we look at the options, option A and C are right, that is SBI and HDFC Bank. Next, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the Time 100 Most Influential People 25 list in the world released by New York, USA based Time magazine. So if we look at the incorrect statement, right, you have to find which among the following is incorrect here. So all are right except fifth. Acclaimed American actor Demi Moore featured on the list in the leaders category. Is it correct? So here remember, Demis More, he was not in the leaders category but in the icons category. Correct? Now all the options are rightly mentioned. Next is the 2025 list of young global leaders released by World Economic Forum in April included 7 Indians out of the total of 116 leaders under the age of 40 who have significantly contributed to various fields including businesses, politics, science and the arts. Question asked is, which of the following Indians is not featured in this list? So among the following, if we look at them, which is the Indian that has not been featured in this list? Vijay Shekhar Sharma has not been featured in the list. Rest all are featured here. Next, who was appointed as the interim president of the Commonwealth Federation in April following the resignation of Chris Jenkins? So Donald Rukare, right, has been recently appointed as the interim president of the Commonwealth Games Federation in April after the resignation of Chris Jenkins. Next, the first 500 megawatt prototype fast breeder reactor of India at Dash is expected to achieve the first criticality by March 26 and become fully operational by September 2026 as announced by the Department of Atomic Energy in April 2025. Question asked here is that this prototype fast breeder reactor of India will be at where? It will be at what location? It will be at the Kalpam, Tamil Nadu, and these are the small nuclear reactors, correct, and it is expected that this will be of 100 gigawatt, or this will be generating 100 gigawatt of electricity from nuclear resources. As of now, India's installed nuclear power capacity stands at 8.18 gigawatt. Next, identify the organization that collaborated with Center for Joint Warfare Studies for second edition of Defense Literature Festival Kalam and Kavach 2.0 in April 2025. So it is Pentagon Press, right? This Pentagon Press is the organization that collaborated with Center for Joint Warfare Studies for the second edition of Defense Literature Festival Kalam and Kavach 2.0. Next, in April, Mahakjanko, they have signed an MOU with Russia's Rosatom for the joint development of small modular reactor using which type of fuel? So in these small modular reactor, thorium is the fuel that will be utilized. Next, mention the name of the Qatar-based Palestinian photographer who won the 2025 World Press Photo of the Year. The photo here is of a Gaza, right? We know that in Gaza Strip, heavy bombing was done by Israel. So this photo is of a Gazan boy. The name of the boy is Muhammad Azur. This boy lost his both the arms during an Israeli strike in Gaza in March 24, right? And for this photograph, he has won this World Press Photo of the Year award. Name that photographer, that is Qatar-based Palestinian photographer. So Samar Abu Ilof. Next, identify the country where Duro Makot, a 61-year-old doctor and academician, has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of the country of Serbia. Next, in April, former Dash Secretary Ajay Bhushan Pandey was appointed as the Vice President of AIIB, that is Investment Solutions, President of the Investment Solutions at the AIIB, that is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. So he is the former Finance Secretary. Next, in April, Saikom Mirabai Chennu, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic silver medalist, was elected as the chairperson of the Athletes Commission of which sport governing body in India? So she was appointed for the International or Indian Weightlifting League, correct? The chairperson of the Athletes Commission of the Indian Weightlifting Federation. I correct, not league, it is wrong. Indian Weightlifting Federation. Option 4 is right here. Third is wrong. Next, name the third edition of the Meteorological and Oceanological Symposium conducted by Indian Navy on 14th of April to commemorate the formation of the World Meteorological Organization. So, which is the third edition of the Meteorological and Oceanological Symposium? It is Megyan 25. Next is in April, the Beijing India Report 24 was released, which marks the dash anniversary of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, highlighting the gaps in gender and climate integration. So it marks which edition? It marks the 30th edition anniversary of the Beijing Declaration. Next is in April, Central Railways in collaboration with Bank of Maharashtra launched India's first on-board automated teller machine on railway that will enhance the passenger convenience and boost non-fare revenue. So on which railway it was launched? It is launched on the Panchavati Express. Next, in April, the frontline contingent of the Indian Air Force arrived at the Al Dhafra Air Base in UAE to participate in which exercise? So they landed in UAE to participate in the Desert Flag 10 exercise, right? In this edition, 12 countries took part in this exercise, and from India, it is MiG-29 and Jaguar that took part. Next, mention the India's first bullet train project that will benefit from the donation of 2 Shinkansen train sets, that is E5 series and E3 series, by the government of Japan in April 2025. So which is that? It is Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail corridor. Next, in April, who won the F1 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 25 held at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? So who won this? It was won by Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri, he's an Australian driver. He drives for McLaren. Second position was secured by Max Verstappen. Third position by Charles Leclerc. Next is pick out the correct statement regarding the National Civil Services Day observed annually in India. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Pause the video and go through them. Next, mention the hospital that was ranked 97th in the 2024 edition of the World's Best Hospital Ranking in April, conducted by Newsweek magazine in collaboration with Statistica Incorporation. So, name that hospital. It is All India Institute of Medical Science in New Delhi, that is AIIMS, New Delhi. Next, in April, India surpassed China with a total of how many designated Ramsar sites? So, a total of 82 Ramsar sites. Correct? We have surpassed China. Next, Union Minister Sarbandana Sonowal inaugurated the cruise operations from Mumbai International Cruise Terminal at Bellad Pier in Maharashtra. Mention the port for which infrastructure agreement worth 5,700 crore rupees were signed during the event. So, mention that port. That port is Vadhavan Port. Where is this Vadhavan Port located? What is the location? It is in Maharashtra. Correct? Next, name the organization that conducted the India's first quantum key distribution transmission in collaboration with Sterlite Technologies Limited over a 4 crore multi-core fiber in April 25. Which is that organization? It is CDOT, Center for Development of Telematics, and they have carried out this quantum key distribution over 4 crore multi-core fiber. Next, what is the age above which minors are now allowed to independently open and operate their own saving and term deposit account as per the guidelines released by RBI? So, if any individual, a child who is above 10 years of age can operate and have its own account. Next, in April, which wholly owned subsidiary of Tata Sons secured a 750 million euros, approximately $990.79 million 2-year bridge loan to construct the UK's largest battery manufacturing facility. What is this bridge loan? Bridge loan is a loan that is given for a short term. In this case, this loan is for 2 years. And what this bridge loan does is that, say for example, you want to buy something new and you have something old that you want to liquidate. So the gap between this two period where you need the money, you know that you are buying this property, and on the other side you know that you will be selling this property, you are in the process of selling. The time period between this, right, in this case this bridge loan is provided. So which wholly owned subsidiary of Tata Sons got this bridge loan? It is, name that company. Which is that company? Agratas Energy Solutions Private Limited, a subsidiary of Tata Sons. Next, in 2025 edition of the Wisden's Cricketers Almanac revealed its 5 Wisden's Cricketer of the Year, highlighting the exceptional performances in the world of cricket. Identify the cricketer who is not listed among these 5 Wisden cricketers. Among the following, who is not listed here? So, Harry Brook is not listed, rest all are listed. Next, the Dash emerges as the India's 5th largest trading partner with trade hit with $43 billion in 2025. We are talking about the India's 5th largest trading partner. It is Saudi Arabia. Next, and recently when Pahalgam attack took place, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a visit to Saudi Arabia only. Next is identify the company that recently signed a non-binding MOU with Damodar Valley Corporation to set up a 2 by 800 megawatt ultra supercritical thermal power plant at the Chandrapura Thermal Power Station in Jharkhand. It is Coal India Limited, CIL. Correct, and this will be established worth 16,500 crore rupees. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. The 6th edition of the Coordinated Patrol, that is CORPAT, and 4th edition of the bilateral naval exercise Bongo Sagar was held in Bay of Bengal, jointly conducted by India and which country? By India and Bangladesh together. In this, from Indian side, INS Ranveer took part. Next, in March, the Administrative Staff College of India partnered with National School of Government of which country to enhance governance, capacity building and public sector performance? It is South Africa. Next, where was the 7th edition of the Joint Naval Exercise Maritime Security Belt, jointly conducted by Iran, Russia and China in March 2025? It is Gulf of Oman. Next, in March, 6 Indian sites were added to UNESCO's tentative list of World Heritage Site. Which of the following site was not among those included? So among the following, it is Valley of Flowers National Park, that is in Uttarakhand. This was not added. Rest all 4 of them were added here to the tentative list. Next, which country's navy is jointly conducting the 23rd edition of Varuna bilateral naval exercise with Indian Navy from 19 to 22nd of March in the Arabian Sea? So which country is this? It is France. Next, in March, the 19th edition of Singapore Maritime Week 25 was held at the Suntec Singapore Convention and Exhibition Center, where India and Singapore has signed a letter of intent to collaborate on dash focusing on maritime sustainability and digitization. So it was signed collaboration on a green and digital shipping. That means we should enhance the sustainable development goals adoption in the maritime sector, right? Green fuels should be used, and also focus should be on digitization in the export and import and the trade sector. Next, which country recently became the 11th member of the new development bank to enhance its access to funding for infrastructure projects and national development program? So which country became the 11th member of the new development bank? It is Indonesia. Next, name the organization that released the first green status assessment for the lion. That is, scientific name of lion tiger is your Panthera leo, right? And for tiger it is Panthera tigris. Correct. So coming back, this was the first green status assessment describing the species as a largely depleted while retaining its status as vulnerable on the red list of IUCN. So which is that organization that released this data and which is that organization that releases this red list? It is IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Next, in April, ACC appointed Poonam Gupta as the Deputy Governor of RBI for the tenure of how many years? Right, so she has been appointed as the Deputy Governor, one of the 4 Deputy Governors for the next 3 years. Next, Sarhul Festival celebrated on Tuesday on 1st of April to welcome the spring and mark the new year for Adivasi communities is recognized as a public holiday in which Indian state? So this Sarhul Festival is generally observed in Jharkhand, and this 1st of April is observed as a public holiday in Jharkhand state. Next, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy announced the record-breaking addition of how much amount of gigawatt of renewable energy capacity in FY25? So it was 25 gigawatts. Next is SEBI. They extended the deadline for implementing the retail algorithmic trading regulations from 1st of April to which date? And this is for retail investors. So this date has been extended from 1st of April to what? It has been extended to 1st of August 2025. Take a note of this, important students. Next, SBI and Citibank, they have announced a $295 million social loan facility to provide financial support to dash in India. This is to provide financial support to the farmers in India. Next, who has been appointed as the new president of India Energy Storage Alliance on 1st of April, replacing Dr. Rahul Valavalkar. Demalya Sen has been appointed as the new president of India Energy Storage Alliance on 1st of April, replacing Dr. Rahul Valavalkar. Next, in 2025, India's Project Tiger, launched by the Government of India to protect the country's tiger population, has successfully completed how many years? 52. This Project Tiger was launched in 1973. Next, pick out the incorrect pair from GI tagged products with their respective states as granted by DPIIT. If we look at the following, here we have to find the one right incorrect one. So among the following, all are right. Telangana Shikara is wrong here, right? This GI tag, that is this product for Telangana, it is not Shikara, it is Chapat chili. Chapat chili. Next, in April, Ministry of Defence approved the use of Adilabad airfield for civil aircraft operation. The airfield is located in which state? The airfield is located in the state of Telangana. Take a note of it. Next, under whose presidency was the 11th BRICS Environment Ministers meeting held from 3rd to 4th of April with the Indian delegation led by Amandeep Garg, the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So under whose presidency? It was under the presidency of Brazil, right? This 11th BRICS summit, or as of now, the presidency of BRICS is with Brazil. Earlier it was with Russia and it was held in Kazan. Next, RBI granted the NBFC license to dash in April 2025. So RBI granted the NBFC license to Securus Finance Private Limited. Next, in April, who was appointed as the new chairman of the Asian Cricket Council during the ACC's annual general meeting? So who was granted? Syed Mohsin Raza Naqvi was granted or was appointed as the new chairman of Asian Cricket Council. Next is which company in India recently signed $253.6 million agreement with Hanwha Aerospace Company Limited of South Korea to export components of K9 Vajra T tank to the Indian Army. It is L&T, Larsen and Toubro Limited. Next is who was or who has assumed the charge as the chairperson of the Spices Board, which operates under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So who has been appointed here? Sangeeta Vishwanathan has recently been appointed as the chairperson of Spices Board. Next, which regional rural bank became the first among the 43 regional rural banks in India to implement the e-bank guarantee service in partnership with National E-Governance Service Limited in April? So which regional rural bank? It is your Karnataka Vikas Grameen Bank. Take a note of these, students. All these questions are very important, so do pay attention to them. Moving on. Next, in April, Stand Up India scheme completed 9 years of successful implementation. Pick out the incorrect statement among the following. If we look at the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Is it so? No. Among the following, we have to find the incorrect statement. Only B and C are right. A is wrong. A is saying that the nodal agency for the scheme is National Small Industries Corporation. Is it so? No. The nodal industry or the nodal agency for this scheme, that is Stand Up India scheme, is Ministry of Finance, right? And SIDBI. Moving on. Next, in April, GI registry under DPIIT has granted GI tag to 7 or more products from West Bengal. Right? Among the following, identify the odd one out from GI products based on their product category. If we look at the options here, we have to find the odd one out, right? All are right, but Karampur's white bond is for textile. This is wrongly mentioned here. Correct? Take a note of it. Right? Here we find the odd one out, right? Based on their categories. All are right, but Karampur's white bond related to textile is the odd one out here. Correct? Because this is not a textile, it is your agriculture, or we can say this is a traditional sweet. This comes under not textile but traditional sweets category. Next, which private sector bank in India along with IFSC unit of IDFC First Bank and Stock Holding Security IFSC Limited was among the first entities to be designated as a corporate agent in the GIFT IFSC in April 2025? It is your HDFC Bank, right? Which private sector bank? It is your HDFC Bank. Next, in April, Indian Army and DRDO, they successfully carried out 4 flight tests of the Army version of the medium-range surface-to-air missile system from the coast of Dash. It was from the coast of Odisha, right? This medium-range surface-to-air missile, right? This was tested by DRDO and it was tested where? Of the coast of Odisha. Next, on 5th of April, India commemorated Dash edition of the National Maritime Day to recognize the vital contributions of its maritime industry to international trade and economic growth. So, India commemorated the 62nd edition of the National Maritime Day. Take a note of it. Next, who authored the book titled Trees of Bhuj, which documented 127 species of the trees found in Bhuj, Kutch of Gujarat, launched on 26th of March. So who authored the book? This was authored by Pankaj Joshi.
In January, RBI released the Payment Systems Report December 24, analyzing the payment transactions trends over the past 5 years up to 2024. Find out the incorrect statement. If we look at the options, only option B is wrong, A is right, C is right. B is saying that UPI contribution to the digital payment volume increased to 90% in calendar year 2024. So did it increase to 90%, right? No, it increased by 83% in the calendar year 24. Now all the options are right. Next is, according to United States Green Building Council recently released report, pick out the incorrect statement. If we look at the options, option C is wrong, A and B are right. C is saying Canada has topped the list with 1,860 LEED certified projects covering more than 25 million gross square meter. Is it correct? So it is China that has topped the main or this list, that is Chinese mainland, right? That has topped the list here with 1860 LEED certified projects. Next is, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the 6th bi-monthly monetary policy for FY25. If we look at the options here, pick out the incorrect statement, right? So A is wrong. No, here among the following, it is A is wrong and C is wrong, right? So we have to find the incorrect one. Now B is right. A is saying that the policy repo rate under the liquid adjustment facility has been increased by 25 basis point to 6.75%. No, it has decreased by 25 basis point to 6.25%. That was earlier 6.5%. Now option A is right. C is saying that RBI has postponed the implementation of the proposed liquidity coverage ratio norms and project financing guidelines till March 2028. Is it correct? No, it is till 31st of March 2026. Now everything is right. Moving on, name the country that topped the 2024 Corruption Perception Index released by Transparency International, measuring public sector corruption in 180 countries. So name that country that topped the 2024 Corruption Perception Index. It was topped by Denmark, right? And our country was on the 96th spot. Next, according to Bloomberg Limited Partnership, Asia's richest families 2025 index, which family topped with a net worth of $90.5 billion? It is Ambani family that has topped the list in the Asia's richest families index 2025. Next, what could be India total natural gas consumption by 2030 with targeted strategies and policy interventions according to International Energy Agency report, India's gas market report outlook for 2030. So what could be India's total natural gas project consumption by 2030? It will be around 120 billion cubic meters. Next, which of the following state is not in the top 5 regarding the devolution index report, which stated about the status of devolution to panchayats in states and indicative evidence based ranking of 2024 released in Feb 2025 in Delhi? So it is Andhra Pradesh. Next, as per Morgan Stanley Capital International Incorporation's MSCI Equity Index of Feb 25 Index Review, Dash was added to the MSCI Emerging Market Index and MSCI India Domestic Index. So which company was added? It is Hyundai Motor India Limited. It was added to the MSCI Emerging Markets Index and MSCI India Domestic Index. Next, according to the Future Brand Index 24 released in Feb, which of the following is not among the top 5 spots? It is Disney Jet is not among the top 5 spots, rest all are there. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the India's import and export data released by Ministry of Commerce and Industry in Feb 25. If we look at the options here, all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, what is India urban employment rate in current weekly status aged among persons above aged 15 years and above according to the 25th quarterly bulletin of the periodic labor force survey for October to December 2024 and 5, right? It is 6.4%. This is the Indian urban unemployment rate in the current weekly status for the persons aged 15 years and above. Next, what is the GDP growth rate of India projected by ICRA Limited for October to December quarter, that is the third quarter of FY25? It is projected to be around 6.4%. Next, as per the 4th edition of the Burgundy Private Huron India 500 list released by Axis Banks Limited, Burgundy's Private and Huron India in Feb 25, which of the following companies are not in the top 5? Which among the following are not in top 5? Infosys and HDFC, they are not among the top 5. Rest all are in the top 5. Reliance Industries Limited, then TCS, HDFC Bank, Bharti Airtel, ICICI Bank, these are the top 5. Next, pick out the incorrect statement according to the Times Higher Education latest World Reputation Ranking report released in Feb 2025. If we look at the options, option C is the incorrect one, right? This is our answer. Both A and B are right. C is saying that IIT Bombay secured a position in the 151 to 175 ranking range. Is it correct? So yes, it is IIT Bombay, right, which was featured. This time IIT has not been featured here, right? So no ranking of IIT. This ranking was of last year. Next, which of the following organization recently published the report titled Asia and the Pacific Sustainable Development Goal Progress Report, engaging communities to close the evidence gap of 25, focusing on tracking the progress of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals? It is United Nations Economic and Social Commission for the Asia Pacific region, and 169 targets will be targeted. Next, what is India's projected GDP growth rate for FY25 according to Moody's report titled Asia Pacific Outlook Chaos Ahead released in Feb 2025? 2025. So it is projected to be around 6.4%. Next, name the company that topped the ratings by Power Finance Corporation Limited for the third consecutive year in February 2025 for operational excellence during the regional meeting of power sector in India. It is Adani Electricity Mobility Limited. Take a note of this. Next, Bain and Company and National Association of Software and Service Companies, that is NASCOM. So Bain and Company and NASCOM, they jointly released the report Transforming India into a Tech-Driven Economy in Feb 2025. As per the report, by which year India is projected to become the high income nation with a GDP between 23 to 25 trillion dollar. It is by 2047. Next, mention the Indian airport that ranked 8th among the top 10 busiest airports globally as per the official airline guide report. That's the world's busiest airport in 25 released in Feb 2025. It is your Indira Gandhi International Airport of Delhi.
Next, to tackle skilling challenges, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship co-hosted a high-level roundtable in April with which international organization to launch the India Skills Accelerative initiative. It was with World Economic Forum, right? So this initiative, it will bridge the skilling gap and across various sectors by collaboration. Correct? Take a note of this. And they have launched this India Skill Accelerator that will be focusing on providing what? Skills. Next, in April, Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu inaugurated a state-of-the-art lab at Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau that is focused on analyzing the crucial aviation tools. These tools, they include your digital flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder. So these two things are important, right? This lab, correct? This digital flight data recorder, correct? This is also basically a lab, that is your black box lab that will be recording all the technicalities, all the status of the aircraft. Correct? So coming back, Ram Mohan Naidu ji inaugurated this state of the art lab, that is a black box lab that is at the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau that is focused on the aviation tools such as your digital flight data recorder. That means the data of the flight will be recorded here. Also the cockpit voice recorder, that what the pilots are talking there, right, that will be recorded, because the pilots should be very mature, right? They should have the skills to do maneuvers whenever needed. Next, the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways launched a dedicated digital portal in April to facilitate ease of doing business and promote private sector participation. What is the name of that organization that developed this portal? This portal has been developed by whom? Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. So what is the portal? It is Inland Waterways Authority of India, right? So this is the organization, they have developed this portal. What this will do is, this will promote ease of doing business, all the certification, all the permissions that are required in order to make trade through the port will be granted on this particular portal. Next, where was the India's first Himalayan High Altitude Atmospheric and Climate Research Center inaugurated by Ministry of Science and Technology in April? So where was it? It was in Jammu and Kashmir. Correct? Take a note of this. This center will focus on climate forecasting, aerosol studies and cloud microphysics. Also, it will be focusing on the weather patterns. And this center is located at a 2250 meters height. Next, who received the final authorization to operate as an online payment aggregator from RBI in April 2025? It is Bharat Pay Resilient Payment System. They received the authorization from RBI to act as a payment aggregator, and they will be operating as a payment aggregator platform under the name Bharat Pay X. Next, in April, Idukki district earned the green tag after successful waste management efforts under the Malinya Muktam Navakram campaign. I repeat, Malinya Muktam Navakaralam campaign, right? Question asked here is that this Idukki district belongs to which state? So Idukki, as we all know, it belongs to Kerala, and they have earned the green tag after successful management of this waste management efforts. Right? This achievement was made possible through the joint efforts of the local bodies, businesses, schools, colleges and other offices where they collaborated and made this possible. Next, identify the state in India whose indigenous textile, rendia, silk and Khasi handloom products were granted the GI tag recently. So these two products, they belong from Meghalaya that got the GI tag recently. This rendia, right? It is the Khasi name for Eri silk. Next is Mention the organization that collaborated with the Cotton Association of India in April to boost bilateral cotton trade and enhance the cooperation in cotton production, trade trends, pricing, and market insights. So, which is that organization? It is Australian Cotton Shippers Association, right? So remember, Mumbai, Maharashtra based Cotton Association of India and Australian based Australian Cotton Shippers Association, they signed an MOU where they will be working on enhancing the bilateral trade in cotton between these two countries. Cotton is grown on the black soil, that is also known as the Ragur soil. Next, which of the following airport is not in the list of the top 5 airports announced at the Skytrax World Airport Awards 2025 held in Mumbai, in Madrid, Spain? So, which of the following airport is not among the top 5? It is Hong Kong International Airport is not among the top 5. Singapore's Changi Airport secured the first position in this index. Take a note of this. Next, Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Shivraj Singh Chauhan headed India's delegation to the 2025 Agriculture Ministers Meet of Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, that is BIMSTEC. This meeting was held where? It was held in Nepal, right? Take a note of this. Moving on, next, which country became the first African nation and the fourth country globally to sign a country partnership framework with International Solar Alliance in Nepal? And this is the fourth country. Before this, which are those? It is your Bangladesh, Bhutan and Cuba, and now it is Mauritius that became the fourth country and the first African nation to sign the country partnership framework with International Solar Alliance. Next, in April, which country signed the Artemis Accord, that is a set of the non-binding agreements established by NASA to cooperate, or basically to cooperative civil exploration of the outer space? What is this Artemis Accord? Artemis Accord states that space should be explored peacefully by all the nations, right? So this is for peaceful exploration of space. So which country recently signed the Artemis Accord? It was signed by Bangladesh. Next, who is the chairperson of a 6-member high-level committee constituted by SEBI in April to review the provisions for officials to disclose any conflicts of interest? So, who is the chairperson here? Pratyush Sinha. He is the chairperson of the 6-member high-level committee, right? And it was instituted, or it was established by SEBI, correct? And it is for officials so that they disclose any conflicts of interest. They will be submitting their report within the 3 months of the constitution of this committee. Next, General Khamti Sifadon, the president of Daesh, passed away at the age of 102. So he was the president of Lao People's Democratic Republic who recently passed away. Next, which state or union territory inaugurated the Apricot Blossom Festival on 10th of April with the aim of promoting tourism and cultural heritage? So, which is that state, which is the state or union territory that recently inaugurated this Apricot Blossom Festival? It is Ladakh. Take a note of this. Next is the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting partnered with Maharashtra Film, Stage and Cultural Development Corporation Limited to establish India's first institute that is dedicated to animation, visual effects, gaming, comics and extended reality. So this name that institute that is said to be established at the Dadasaheb Phalke Film City in Goregaon, Mumbai. So what is the name of that institute? It is Indian Institute of Creative Technologies. Take a note of this, students. With the coming of AI, these creative things have become more advanced. Now a person can use these technologies and enhance their working on these technologies or on these creative side, right? Because making content has now become very easy, and if you know the right tools, you can scale it to very large portion. Next, the Ministry of Education announced a dash hike in the material cost under the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman scheme, that is your Poshan scheme, that is also known as the midday meal scheme. So how much percent hike has been seen in the procurement of the materials such as your pulses, rice, lentils and so on? It is 9.5% hike has been seen here. Next, which country co-hosted the inaugural edition of IKEMIS exercise with India in April 2025? So which country is it? It is Tanzania, and India co-hosted this IKEMI exercise. Next, one more thing remember here, from Indian side it is INS Chennai and INS Kesari that took part in this exercise. This was a 6-day long exercise. Next, name the long-range glide bomb successfully tested by DRDO using the Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter aircraft in April 2025. So, name of this long-range glide bomb is Gaurav. Next, Padma awardee Kumudini Lakhia, who passed away in April, was a renowned she was a renowned Kathak dancer who recently passed away. She was honored with Padma Vibhushan in January 2025. Next is, when is the United Nations International Day of Human Spaceflight observed annually to celebrate the beginning of space era for mankind and highlight the role of space science and technology in promoting the sustainable development goals. So UN International Day of Human Spaceflight is observed on 12th of April, right? And since 2011 we are observing this. So first edition was observed in 2011. Next is, which company achieved a significant milestone by constructing the world's first 3D printed train station, assembling the entire station in under 6 hours, replacing a wooden facility dating back to 1948. So which company achieved this significant milestone by constructing the world's first 3D printed train station? It is West Japan Railway Company. Take a note of this, important. And it was Japan only, if you remember, they developed the world's first wooden satellite also. Can you name that satellite? It is a few months back question, but do name it, right? This is your homework. Moving on. Next, to which country hosted the 8th meeting of the Joint Committee on Asia-India Trade in Goods Agreement that concluded on 14th of April. So it is our country India that hosted the 8th meeting of the Joint Committee on Asian-India Trade in Goods Agreement. Next is, during the official 2-day visit of Italian Deputy Prime Minister Antonio Tajani to India from 11 to 12th of April, India and Italy, they signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the cooperation in which field? This was to strengthen the cooperation in the field of science and technology. Next, under the umbrella of the new scheme of petrochemicals, the scheme for setting up plastic parks is being implemented by Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers of Government of India. Question asked is this: how many such plastic parks have been approved across different states in India that will be established here, that will promote research and development? So a total of 10 such plastic parks has been approved here. Next, identify the organization that introduced a new category called Blue Category for industries based on essential environment services in April with the aim of managing pollution caused by anthropogenic activities. So, which is that organization that introduced this new category? It is Central Pollution Control Board, and this blue category will be provided to, or this certification will be provided to a industry for 2 years, and they will be monitoring that whether the pollution level is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, their certification will be revoked, and if they are not polluting and they are on a right track, then they will be continuing with this certification. With this certification, many investors, right, if the company is having the right certification here, this blue certification, this will enhance their funding also, right? That means more and more investors and VCs will be investing there based on this. Next, in April, Daniel Roy Gilchrist Nouba Azin was re-elected as the president of which country for a period of 4 years? So, elected by of Ecuador. Next, who has been elected as the new president of Gabon in April? Brice Clotaire Oligui Nguema was elected as the new president of Gabon. Next is, mention the state where DRDO successfully conducted the field trial of the land version of vehicle mounted Mark 2A laser directed energy weapon. It is Andhra Pradesh, right? This is the state where DRDO, they successfully conducted the field trial of this land version of vehicle mounted Mark II laser directed energy weapon. Next, pop star Katy Perry, right? She was one of the 5 and one of the 6 women, total 6 women went into space recently, right? They used the New Shepard rocket. Name that company that took them into space. It is Blue Origin, right? And this New Shepard mission is also of Blue Origin only.